The one thing I didn't like on that segment, it was really good the way it was all done. But when Triple H gave Jason Jordan the pedigree, I thought Kurt just standing there doing nothing made him look really bad. And actually, there was a lot that made Kurt look really bad. I think that was kind of like the theme of the show, was to make Kurt look bad. And I don't know. I guess I should be used to it. I mean, they did the same thing with Mick Foley. That's kind of the role, I guess, is that they hire somebody and their role is to make you put the McMahons over at every turn. But I think that you should at least, I don't know, like that segment, like as soon as I saw that, it just looks like if this was, I mean, it's really bad to say this, but if this was somewhat legit and a guy does that right in front of you to your son, you're taking a chair and you're whacking him in the head. There's no two ways about it. You're not just standing there and watching. And it just made, I mean, I know that I remember they used to do that in WCW with Ric Flair, but that was like by design to make him look bad. And I don't know that that's here. It's not by design to make Kurt look bad as much as to make Triple H look good. But I thought that was just, I don't know. I thought that was really not well done.
So Kurt goes, "You're not ready for Sunday." And Jason says, "I've seen you work through injuries. I can do the same." Kurt says, "I need you at 100%, not 90%. It's my job on the line here." Jason's begging him not to pull him off the team.
You know what the problem? This when I'm watching this, there's this giant problem. You know what the problem is? It's Kurt Angle saying this. It makes no sense. I mean, anyone else in the world could say this, but Kurt Angle can't say this. Kurt Angle's entire life has been about, you know what I mean, an injury? You know what I mean?
Well, you're right, except the storyline is that if his team loses, he's getting fired.
So what? Kurt Angle had to go to the Olympics if he wasn't 100%, and if somebody else went to the Olympics instead of him.
Well, that's the whole impetus for Jason Jordan turning on his dad, because Kurt should know that, and he should give his son that opportunity, but he's not.
I mean, Kurt
he doesn't have faith in his son.
Kurt went into the NCAAs with a bad knee. 2 years. He went into WrestleMania. Remember the match with Brock?
You're cutting the promo for Jason Jordan right now.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is like, if you have any knowledge of, I'm watching this, and if you have any knowledge of Kurt, it's like, if it was somebody else, if it's like, well, Mick Foley would have been just as bad, because he couldn't have done that either. But I mean, if it was like any other general manager, well, you couldn't do it with Daniel Bryan either, could you? Man, who could you? You can't do it with Shane. I think that, like, unfortunately, because of the nature of pro wrestling, I don't know who you could have done it with, but it's just like Kurt being like that, when, you're 90%. It's like, how can Kurt Angle say that? You know what I mean? With his history. It's just ridiculous.
But it's his history. It's not Jason Jordan's history.
Yeah, but it's his history. It's the whole point.
So if he were hurt, he would still do the match. Exactly. But he does not have faith in his son. That's the impetus for this whole turn right here.
I guess. Well,
Jordan has to bring every single thing you just set up.
He should have been his promo today.
Well, he sort of did, but he's got to, after he turns on him, he's got to really take it out on him.
Yeah.
And he did the big line, "It's my big break. I deserve this, Dad."
Yeah.
It's in tears here
He was
and
in
later.
tears. Yep.